here's the thing. So, excuse me. So far, I've been having the perfect Sunday. Perfect Sunday. I skipped choir because I just didn't want to go. I'm having a thing about singing right now. I just don't want to do it. I had my coffee without any stomach issues. Already a win. I'm ready for my second coffee, but my most favorite thing to do on Sundays is to do the crossword puzzle. And I thought, since I'm a nerd like this, I thought it would be fun to do it together. Oh, Katie, stop. So let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people ask me if I'm a purist, and I do it on paper, and I'm like, what makes that a purist move? Honestly, that is not pure to me. So no, I do it on the app, and here I'm gonna, for syncing purposes, I'm going to go ahead and let's do this. So I have the New York Times Crossword Puzzle app on my iPad, which is my most favorite way. I almost did this on the desktop, but that's so artificial. I haven't done a desktop puzzle in I can't even tell you how long, and that little applet is annoying. So today is May 24th. I'm gonna put this up one day behind, and spoilers. So if you're watching this, I don't know why you would do that. If you're watching this and you're like, I don't want to see how it's solved, don't watch this, because that's the whole point of everything. So the thing with the crossword puzzle, I feel like recently the Sundays have been putting in more tricks, rebuses or themes that are convoluted. So the theme to me is always the one that it kind of gives you a hint as to what you're doing. So it says, next, please. I am ready. So let's play. Okay. So the way I approach these is, just start doing it. I feel pressure because now I'm being watched here. And I basically go and fill in what I know. Arrows has been coming up so frequently, I'm almost sure that's the answer. It's become like fill, which is annoying. Although I don't know with this cross, neighbor of Turkmenistan, we're gonna leave arrows as a maybe, because that could be Oman. I don't know the Middle East as well as I should. I think Turkmenistan is over there. Let's see. Stoical British guys. So this clue, the 22, is going to be one of the theme clues, and it has a question mark. So that means it's kind of like a trick answer. I kind of like to work from top left to bottom right. And so I just kind of go through and see where I can get a toe hold. And then I go from there, The Connors, that's Roseanne. TV fam, maybe? I don't know, we'll see. Hunk of marble, for example. Okay. Maybe this is, yeah. Okay, so 6 down, common palindromic text. That is LOL, which makes hunk of marble fill in there. So that's nice. And of course, I love any of these clues that, are the answer for sure. Ideal. Relax, calm yourself. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see about relax yourself. Sleepover challenge. A dare? Could be. Oh yeah, really not look forward to. That one, I know like the back of my hand. I feel that most of the time. Polls support this. I don't know. Oh, one of two found on resumes. I'm almost sure that that is the accent mark. I don't know if the word accent is the right one. But we'll see. Distinct period, era. That's like a fill word that shows up almost every day. A domino dot. Okay, this is fun. I'm pretty sure that is a pip. Who knew? So like Gladys Knight and the Pips. I don't know if that's like a thing or reference. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And the New York Times games, they have a game focused on it, and I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Okay, very proficient. That's adept. And that almost tells me for sure that the clue about resumes, that's accent. And so that helps us get up here. Unusual trinket. What? Of course. I don't know. Add at no extra cost. I would say like tack on or something, but that's not going to be right. Unusual trinket. Okay. I do think this is going to be on or in. And guess what? This 33 across, I'm pretty sure is kilowatt, you know? And so maybe instead of on, this is in. Stoical British guys. Okay. Yeah, that's going to end in an S because it's plural, and that makes this toss in. And this helps us up here because this can then become curio, which I'm sure is almost the answer there. And of course, duh. Yeah. So, and we're getting some answers to our long, theme clue. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be something chaps, like, obviously. But it's like, it's going to end in ED. So I'm going to fill in the E here to see if that does anything. Polls support this. A tent. Yay. All right. Ruler in Russian history is Tsar, almost exclusively spelled with an S, not a Z, but sometimes they throw in the Z version, which is very annoying. It's CZ, and that's not today's problem. The skin cream you're using must be Neutrogena or CeraVe. I don't know. Stuck in the mud. I don't know. Fitting. Fitting is apt. I love that word. It shows up here a lot. Very handy. Trouble spot, maybe? I don't know. Finished. This could be a problem. Finished, I'm not sure I've ever seen anything start with a K, but we'll see. Something a child takes a swing at. I don't know. We're working our way now up to this, like, I guess they would call it the east quadrant or something. The upper right quadrant. Sorcerer's stick, maybe wand. I'm going to try it. What many plants do in the heat? Wilt. Whenever there's like a W word, I feel great about it because there's not so many choices and it's probably going to work out. Foot. Hughley. We'll figure that one out. Creative spark. I don't know. is made with grains. Sand. I don't know. We'll see. This is going to be, so 34 across is Les Mis. I'm not sure whether, because the Mis is spelled with a Z, so it means that it's going to be like some kind of slang. But I'm not sure that they change, the original, which would be le, spelled L-E-S. So I'm just going to put that in. I think that's right. And I don't know. That may have an alternative spelling, because now I'm wondering if foot cutesly is toesy, but I hope it's not, because that would make me sad. All right. I have questions about this, so let's keep working on another area. I happen to know this one, 37 down for sure. That is Trib. I know, because I used to live there. And that almost certainly means the skin cream, this 37 across, it starts with that's. So that gives us the chance. Relax, calm yourself is going to be breathe, which we like. And let's come back up here, the Connors and the Jeffersons. This could be a sitcom, but no, it's not. Hang on. Happy hour, half hour. Yeah, okay, so we can finally fill in 19 across. That's going to be hour. And the Connors and the Jeffersons, I still don't know. And I'm like a TV obsessive, so if I don't know it, then we'll see. Stuck in the mud, I believe that's going to be mired, now that we know the end of that. And Tai Chi is my guess, but hang on. NHL star Connor. I don't know hockey to save my life, so we'll have to wait on that one. Awful, awful, awful. I'm gonna guess that this is something like I hate something. I don't know what it is yet, though. She may have a little lamb. A you. Also Phil. Shows up in 90% of the puzzles that I do. Pow in brackets is going to mean it's the word describing the actual sound. And this could be wham. We'll wait and see. Sailor's opener is ahoy. Like Popeye. They can be candied. My guess here is going to be yams. That seems pretty obvious. I am now also going to fill in wham because I think that's pretty clear. Note to staff is memo. Relative of an alpaca, I don't know. Normally I would say like llama could be an option here, but it's not. Okay, filthy and slang, I don't know. Pined for an ex-boyfriend, one of the themed clues. I have literally no idea. We're going to have to keep moving. Muscle below adult. Okay, so adult is here. I'm guessing it's going to be tri, like a tricep. That's my guess. We'll see. Does it work out? Pharmacist Lily. It doesn't. And in fact, that is Eli, I believe, which means the muscle below the delt is going to be a lat, which is on the back. Wouldn't have naturally thought of that, but it clearly is going to work out. And I'm now going to fill in I hate, because that's getting clearer that that's what that answer is. Here's another theme clue at 64 across. Exasperated television producer's plea. I have no idea. Bridal line. Nope, I don't know. Pickle type. It could be dill. I do not know. So you can see my solving is a little bit chaotic because I just kind of go where the toe holds are. I haven't looked at this section yet, so let's see. President in 1800. Not so great at American history prior to the Civil War, so can't tell you there. If it wasn't on Drunk History, I don't know. Assortment, Hollywood's Johnny. I mean, naturally I would have thought of Carson, but there's only 4 letters, so. Lying on is almost always a top, which, have you ever used that word in speaking to someone? I know I haven't. Okay. President in 1800, that doesn't help. Okay, not, again, is going to be retie. I'm confident in that. And if this hockey player's name wasn't right here, we'd be in a better place. Their toast, I don't know. 20s architectural style is deco. OBGYN, etc. would be probably doc. And we know it's going to be a shortened version of the word because the type of doctor is shortened in the clue. So that gives you kind of the indication. I am pretty sure the Arabian Sea's Gulf of, this is going to be Oman. It almost always is. I had to go look up where Oman is because it's in the puzzle so frequently. When repleted, oh please. I don't know. Online reference with many faces. Miniature photo gallery. I do not know. Okay, let's just keep pressing on. Okay, 66 down, very clearly, this is going to be SSN, Social Security Number. Reach out to people. I don't know. This is going to be something regarding like the astrological calendar, the sign of people between July 23rd and August 22nd, which I'm pretty sure is Cancer? Or maybe it's Leo. I can never totally remember. Follow closely. I don't know. 86 across is a la carte. So in this scenario where I can't really fill in things like in a real method, I just kind of go for what I know for sure. Okay, follow closely. I'm fairly sure that's going to be tail. So I'm just going to put this in here. Like milk that isn't worth crying over, that would be spilt. Not spilled, but spilt. Feline that a neighbor may find. Clearly, that's going to be some kind of cat. Oh, guys, the allergies right now are so bad. Okay, and guess what? This tells me that 80 across is going to be contact something. So we'll see. Rap name. Saran. That's been showing up a lot frequently. I'm not sure why Saran is like in every puzzle. I think there's this weird like evolution of these clues where creators see something and then they're like, oh yeah, let's use that again. So we go through phases where you'll see like a certain name, like this Saran wrap clue has been in there so frequently, but 5 years ago, you never would have seen it. So parts of card swiping machines. Okay, I don't know. Okay, 101 across. Hang on, I'm yelling at my dog. Freya, get out of there. Struggling to decide is going to be torn. Thank you. Okay, and I'm pretty sure parts of card swiping machines, I'm pretty sure this is going to be pin pads. We'll see, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Visitor center handouts or maps. Stop is going to be probably no more. Now, there are these circles in these long clues. I have no idea why, so we'll figure that out eventually. Sometimes I know, and sometimes I don't. Cut quickly, I'm not sure. Coin, commonly. Neuters, partner. Neuters partner. I think that's spay. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure you neuter a male animal and you spay a female. I have 2 girl dogs. Both of them had their spay surgery. Why are those different? I literally have no idea. We could go look that up. It may request that you remove your coat in brief. I think that is going to be a PSA, like public service announcement, which means that our cross on coin commonly is probably going to be disc, which makes me annoyed. That just completely bothers me as a clue, but you'd think I'd be able to fill this one in. 106 down, cut quickly. Maybe that's snip. And I'll just put that in. For a minute, I was going to say I don't know it. Arrogant. I don't know. Musical group. All right. I have no idea. Oh. Mean Girls character Janice. I know that character. I can see her. Okay. I'm going through this bottom section here to see if there's anything helpful. Unfortunately, when you get to the bottom right corner, you're dealing with a lot of ends of clues. So I'm going to come back over and see if I can fill in any of the beginnings of these. Okay, I love these. 94 down, G flat's equivalent is very likely F sharp. In fact, I think it's most certain. And corresponding pair here is pals. I know I just said I'm going to try to get beginnings, and I keep starting from the bottom up, but that's the way we're rolling today. Agitated. My choice initially would be like roiled, like if you agitate a pool of water, but it doesn't fit, so obviously. Worship. This could be adore. I'm not sure. We'll wait for that. Princess Leia or Hester Prynne. I'm guessing this is going to be heroine. Not the drug, the type of character, okay? She's a female hero. Aromatherapist. Workplace is likely spa. Good name. Okay, that's a clue. That's a theme clue, and I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't gotten the theme. Online reference with many faces. I still don't know. Okay, miniature photo gallery, I think is camera roll. So I'm going to fill that in. That'll be helpful. When repeated, oh, please, 83 across is come. Like, oh, come. Right? Okay. Actress Ryan. This is Jerry, I think. And I think it is spelled Geri. She was like in one of those later Star Trek franchise things. It might be Terry, but we'll see. We'll see. Their toast. I don't know. You'd think I'd know. It was my best effort, is I tried. And I can come back here. I'm pretty sure then worship is adore. It would be hard to imagine another word going in there. Sources of letter goal is oars. I'm annoyed by this oars clue. Or, as a singular or plural, can we be any lazier with the clues? Stop putting those in there. It's just annoying. Okay, agitated is riled. Like, got me riled up. Now. Okay, we got to come back up here. Actress Ryan of Star Trek. I believe she must spell this with the J. Apologies, because this is going to be Emojipedia. Online reference with many faces. You know what? I hate this clue. There's something going on in the crossword puzzle we're getting very pop culture-y recently, like with a lot of made up words and kind of colloquialisms that are happening right now. It doesn't enrage me as much as some things, but this type of thing makes me crazy. Emojipedia, that is not a thing. Like, it's just not. Ugh. Nonetheless, we know that this clue going down, 64, is going to be plural. So we do have, we can make that first word in the theme clue. It's first something. We'll find out. Let's stick here. Common forecast in Portland is going to be rain. Pink slip is can, I think, right? When you get a pink slip, you get fired. I think that's where we're going. This clue, good name for a salon specializing in mani-pedis. I'm wondering if this is first class nail. First class nail. I don't know how that would, I'm not going to write it in yet. It's a guess. Yeah, misinformed is going to be lied to. And we'll just, you know, keep going. Can I be honest? These comic clues, there's so many from like Marvel, and now we have one from Fantastic Four. I don't know. I don't know. Stop asking me those. Spray, in a way. I'm gonna take a wild stab here and say this could be mist. And look what's starting to come in. I'm gonna put this in here because first class nail I think is right. Oh. And okay, so maybe this is part, I want to look back at our theme again. Next, please. Oh my God, I think I just figured out the thing. So the circled letter, so the common phrase here would be first class male. And if we look at the theme, it's next, please. What I suspect is going to be happening is the circled letter, you take that common phrase, which would be in this case, first class male, and that letter, starting that word, you take the next letter in the alphabet. M, N follows, so it's going to be N here. Okay, let's see if that pans out. That could help us, actually. Let's just see if we can... Loading the dishes and unloading the dishes, for instance. I don't know. GIF. A GIF might be a SEC, S-E-C, like the champagne, like the strawberry champagne in Bruno Mars. That's what I like. On ice. I don't even know that song, but because I suspected that the cross ended in C, that's going to be my guess, and I think this is SEC. I know that 117 across, selfish person, is going to end in ER, so I think that's how we... Jet ski. Selfish person is a taker. I mean, okay. Oh, Janice Ian. That's right. Okay. Except now we're getting a weird loading dishes and unloading the dishes. Dis on and I don't know if this makes any sense. Let's press ahead. I don't know that we're going to get very far here right now. Warning after a slice. Okay, 93 across. I'm grasping at straws for this area of the puzzle. Warning after a slice, I believe, is 4. The slice they're talking about is in golf, I'm pretty sure. That does make sense for the, you know, for the size of the clue and everything. Individual account, I don't know. Touristy destination. Okay, I don't know. Insider in spy lingo. Do I look like a spy? No. Invites, I'm wondering if this is asks, but we'll see. Ugh, okay. I'm also wondering, Tibetan oxen, I'm wondering if this is yaks, Y-A-K-S. The reason I bring it up is it's a great bottom of the puzzle word because so many of those letters end words. And yeah, I think it's yaks, and here's why I'm going to fill this in. So half of a fortnight is a week, and this makes me think, yeah. So invites, if invites is asks, then what we have here is stink, which is going to be reek. Yay. Touristy destination, still not enough there. This looks very suspicious, except that it's right, and here's why. City west of Montreal is going to be Ottawa, which, as far as I know, is the capital of Canada, like Washington, D.C. is to the U.S. Why is Ottawa? I don't know. You would think it would be like Toronto or Montreal or something, but it is not. Similar to maybe if you're not from the U.S., you think New York City is the capital. It is not. It is Washington, D.C. Place for miniature boats. I have no idea. But you know what I do think here? I wondered about this. The individual account, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a multi-word clue. It's going to end in story. So I'm just going to fill that in. I don't know why I can't get arrogant now because I should have enough letters. Touristy destination, I'm starting to wonder if this is going to be C of some kind. So, C, S-E-A, we'll see. I don't know. I'm going to leave this section for a minute because I feel like there might be some, yeah, there are some we can fill in here that may help us like get the cascade of the rest of that section. Accessory used in some stretches. I'm pretty sure this is going to be yoga ball. And I'm guessing on yoga, I'm fairly convinced that that is going to be ball of some kind. That's how I got that. HVAC measure, I'm pretty sure is BTU. They always bring that up when they're cluing about air conditioners. So I just happen to know from all the window units that I bought that that's what that's probably going to be. A feline neighbor, a feline that a neighbor may find. I still don't know. Away from the office is going to be out. Filthy in slang. I don't know. All for one is a tool. And let me tell you what, the only reason I know about alls, AWLs, is from the crossword puzzle. They are like little things that you poke holes like in a belt. If you were going to poke a new hole in a belt, you'd use an awl. It's like a leather working tool. Who knew? Okay, let's Save the Children. Okay, it's an NGO. Save the Children is a nonprofit organization. They're often called NGOs in the puzzle. I work for nonprofits. I've never used the word NGO, but it's more of like a political term for what these are. Okay, and now we see that the feline that the neighbor finds is a lost cat. That's somewhat annoying to me. It's super basic, but that's fine. Exasperated television producer's plea. It's a theme clue. We still don't know, so let's keep going. Yeah. If we go back up to 38 down, this is going to be trouble spot. Filthy in slang is still, I don't know. I would love to get this first clue. Phrase. Okay, 84 across, phrase on a Spanish candy heart. That's going to be te amo, which means I love you. Yeah. And so-called land of a million elephants, I have no clue. Super villain in Fantastic Four. I'm going to say man is going to be the second word in there, which is fine. And that fits with the cross clue. Me? Moi? Like Miss Piggy. So-called land of a million elephants, likely going to be Laos. Don't see that. That's the first time I've ever seen that clue before. But that also tells me that pickle type is going to be dill. I wondered about that when we started. And awful, awful, awful is going to be I hated it. Like you're giving a review of something and saying it's awful, awful, awful. Bridal. Okay, bridal line is going to be I do, which is the wedding and vow clues in here feel ubiquitous. Like, could you ever clue something that, I don't know, can we find another common fill? Because it's just so annoying. Okay, I am hung up because I don't know NHL star Connor, and I don't know the super villain in Fantastic Four. It's... And you'd think I would be able to figure this out at this point. I cannot. What are you? There's a couple that I'm having trouble with here. Okay, let's come back over here to contact. Reach out to people born between July 23rd and August 22nd. Now, I would think that this is going to be contact Leos, but yeah, it's definitely going to be Lee something because this bottom, this individual account is going to be life story. A floppy hat, I still don't know. Sister of Osiris. This could be Isis, or it could be Iris, and I don't know which one it is, so I'm going to leave it. Now, if we follow the theme kind of clue to this, okay. Yeah, okay. This clue was definitely going to be contact Leos, but remember our theme, which is next, please. We've got an N in the circle, so the phrase is contact lens, but the answer to the clue is contact Leos because O is one after N. So we now know we've nailed the theme. But I don't know. I also don't know. This, I don't know. There's something not right here in this clue. I don't know. We'll come back. I can't handle it right now. Finished is something done. Okay. So kilo up here, this is wrong. I am pretty sure this is going to be giga, because this clue is finished is got done. And we can keep tossing. And now we have some fill to do here. So we've got, my dog is barking. You're going to have to just deal with it because I can't get them to stop. Okay, ago is earlier. And something a child takes a swing. We'll see. This is going to be sand. It's made with grains. It's going to be sand something. Maybe box. A box would be weird. I don't know if that's going to be right, but sand something. So we can fill the N in for sure. Something a child takes a swing at. It's going to be piñata, I think. Okay. And now we have a baseball legend who dated J-Lo is A-Rod. We know. Only U.S. state whose flag features a different design on each side. The back is a beaver. Well, I'm thinking it might be Oregon because I cannot think of any other state that would fit in here. So I'm going to fill it in, and if it's wrong, I'll fix it later. I think that's right. Roughly is, I think, going to be or so. And Richard Gere, of course. We love these clues where it's like, yes, I know that for sure. Like 2026, but not 25. This is going to be even based on the number of letters in the clue, and you know the context tells me we're talking about even versus odd number. We're toast. I think it's going to be it's all over. That's on. Wait a minute. Earlier. These are so hard because I can't think this way. I can only see them after I've solved it. So I don't know. We'll come back to that. Filthy in slang. Okay. For those of you born in the 70s and 80s, we know that would be grody. I don't know the last time I've ever heard that word. In fact, I think it was related to Garbage Pail Kids, which if you missed out on that, look that up. Relative of an alpaca, this is only getting weirder, so I'm not going to worry about this right now. I don't know. Patio furniture we've got. I'm kind of trying to fill in this upper. I feel like I've got a little purchase up here. Creative spark in slang is going to be inspo. And experts in body language is lip readers, just because of everything that's already been filled in. Okay. Okay. I've got good news. This is working out. Okay, so it's made with grains is sand art. Foot is going to be Tootsie spelled with a Y, which I take issue with because Tootsie Rolls are spelled S-I-E, so get it together. And this, I made a mistake here. So piñata, that's the wrong spelling. It is piñata, which gives us that's so not ole, which the actual phrase is going to be that's so not okay. And then we did one letter after the K, which is L. I don't know how I feel about this theme. June, stop. Go lay down. Lay down. Always. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back down here. Molecule with the nucleotides Gu, A, and C. Why do I feel like this is DNA? My AP biology. Oh, nope, because we have an N there. It's not DNA. Darn it. I don't know. Okay, that gives us a clue maybe here. Insider in spy lingo is going to be asset. So all spies are like called asset. Don't ask me why I know that. A floppy hat is maybe beret. So let's just try it because I'm feeling like I am at my wit's end with this section. I'm wondering now if instead of DNA, well, okay, here's where I think this is messy. I am pretty sure that the answer to 75 down is going to be this, because the actual regular clue, if you answered this correctly, contact lens, if it was the actual, now I'm wondering if I'm filling this in right. I need to put an O here. Okay, so sometimes on these theme puzzles, it's unclear as to what you need to put in. So if I switch it over to the correct, if I switch the theme clue over to the correct answer, which is contact Leos, it allows that down clue to make more sense, which is bête noire. That for sure is real. And this could be DNA or it could be RNA. And I'm not really sure. However, I'm pretty sure now we know this is ISIS. Yeah, it's going to be RNA because this is resort area is your touristy destination. Okay, so that's good. Gives us another one in this clue down below. Place for miniature boats, a bath, and musical group. I still don't know. Oh, and what a mess we have down here. Hold on. I'm going to erase some of these, even though I felt very good about them. I feel like, yeah. Okay, a couple things to help us. Coin is going to be spelled with a K. The disc is going to be spelled with a K, which allows us to fill in this bunch of words. So musical group is going to be cast because the down clue then is going to be cocky for arrogant. And that gives us chores, which does make sense for the clue loading the dishes and unloading the dishes. Now, the question is what we have here. So it may request that you remove your coat in brief. TSA, not PSA, TSA, which makes sense. Dissonant, yeah, okay. So Sec is right. This clue answer is dissonant chores because we replaced, it would be dissonant chords is the actual answer to that. But then when you take that circle letter and you move one letter next, you get the E. So dissonant chores. We're getting there. We are getting there slowly but surely. It's not been pretty, but we're getting there. Okay. Let's come back up here. We haven't looked. We're about 3/4 of the way done. This one's taking forever. That's okay. President in 1800. Hollywood's Johnny. Okay. I'm pretty sure. So using Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, the kids these days are saying if they're using those, they're on the apps. So that's what we're going to go with here. On the apps. They twist beneath the surface. Hang on. Assortment. Okay, Hollywood's Johnny is Depp. Happy to report. And president in 1800 is Adams. Colonial times. I'm not so great at those, and that makes sense. Actually, there's 2 of them that it could be, so even better. grasp would be C, I think. And they mean grasp in the sense of like comprehend. Oh, I grasped that idea. I saw it. I see it. Stance that resembles a ballerina on one leg. This is maybe going to be a pose of some kind. We don't know. And an assertment would be array, based on everything else we have. Let's go to this one. Count on is rely. If you can count on something, you rely on it. And those clues with the parentheses around one of the words, you can substitute the answer word for what else is in the clue with that parentheses word, which is how I know it's rely. Okay, here we go. Pined for an ex-boyfriend. I'm guessing this is going to be missed. Okay. Missed a beat is what I would think it is. And I'm right, because if we do the little theme, it becomes missed a bow. And that makes sense. That answers that. Yay for us. I still don't know what this is. I probably should have, because I've been to Peru, but I don't know, so we'll come back. Let's stay up here. We're having good luck. They twist beneath the surface. Maybe kelp, but let's see. I don't know. The Connors and the Jeffersons. So, both of those shows are, I guess maybe, here we go. Maybe it's as simple as shows. I was going for something deeper, like spin-offs or TV couples or something. No, shows did it for us, so fine. Avoid would be, oh, good word, eschew. If you haven't used that one today, that's a PhD word. Use it. I fear that the answer to this clue, stance that resembles a ballerina on one leg, is dancer pose, which makes me very annoyed. But let's fill it in, because I'm fairly certain that's what it is. And if we look at this cross right here, they twist beneath the surface. Eels in every single puzzle. They seriously make me question life. Eels are disgusting to me. Like, I've tried. I'm already questionable about snakes on land. Put a snake in the ocean, make it a fish. Not doing it. Not. Okay, we've got some good. So for those of us who know nothing about Middle Eastern anything, apologies, I need to do my homework. Neighbor of Turkmenistan is going to be Iran. This stoical British guys is going to be controlled chaps. And if we think about what comes before P, just to double check us, controlled chaos is the actual, phrase. Controlled chaps makes total sense. It also affirms that the domino dot is a pip, which I love. Second attempt and white bed will be rice, so we're making our way. We're almost there. It only took me like 10 more minutes than my average on this one. All right, now I have pushed off the hardest. And so let's see if we can use this theme clue to figure this out. So in SSN, we know that the letter S is in the circled box. So this would be S comes before R. Sorry, R comes before S. So it would be something, a reason. Okay. So here's what it is. They're toast goners. The phrase that's the original phrase is give me a reason. But an exasperated television producer's plea would be give me a season, which I don't love this puzzle. I don't. But just to double check all of our crosses to make sure they're all fitting here. Give me one season, I believe, and let's see. And we did it. And it only took 10 minutes longer than my usual average score. So there you have it. I'm not going to dwell too long. We'll look back at this puzzle. This is the completed one. If you want to solve along, you're welcome to. This is a chaotic way to solve this puzzle. Typically, I'm much more like I kind of solve from northwest to southeast in kind of a diagonal typically. Today that did not happen because of the clue, which or the theme I should say, which in hindsight I'm going to give this theme like a 6. It's not particularly clever, and this whole thing of like using the circled, to me it's like pick a lane. Either the circled thing is going to be something or the clue is going to be something clever, but like doing two things in one puzzle, that just makes me crazy. So I'm going to leave it here because this took an epically long time for me to finish, but I hope you found it interesting or fun or maybe helpful if you're solving the crossword puzzles to see just how I do it. And there was nothing particularly great in this puzzle. Sometimes the clues are really clever, or I think the twist is clever. This one to me is a 6 on the theming, and it's a 5 on the joy of solving. I felt like it just didn't jive with me today. So, you know, there's always another puzzle though, and this may be like the best experience. This may be the best experience for someone else. So that's kind of why I love the New York Times crossword puzzle. It's truly, there is a little bit for everybody. And today's was, you know, fine. But we'll see what happens next week. So it's a long one, but thanks for watching. And check out my hair. Isn't it? It's gorgeous, but it's so humid here. I feel like it's more helmety than usual. I didn't want to do anything special in doing this video because I had a short amount of time. So I'm going to put it here, and I'll see you in the next one. I mean, now that I've solved the puzzle, I think there's only one left to do. Now that I've solved the puzzle, there's only one thing left to do, which is have another coffee and eat some breakfast. It's a glorious Sunday of doing nothing and loving it. So that's what I've got. We'll see you in the next one.